So they are then brought by the aliens to space, and they see the Earth from above, which is odd because she says that we're looking down on Earth at night. They say looking down on Earth at night. And if you're in space, like, there's no night. Like, you might be over the night side of the Earth, maybe.
It could be,
I guess
you
maybe
could be
that's
on
what
the
she
dark
meant.
side of the Earth during
I guess, yeah. She's on the dark side of the Earth. Okay. But anyway, so then I guess, and so the hypnotist said something interesting at this point, which was that she was like, when Demi indicated that they said yes to the ETs, the hypnotist is like, okay, so no fear at all, just, willingness to go with them. And that to me is not what Demi said. Just saying yes, like maybe she did have some apprehension, maybe she had some fear of the beings, or maybe they had some fear of the beings, but they ultimately decided, I'm going to go with them. That is not the same as having no fear. And to repeat that just reinforces the idea there's nothing to be feared about these entities.
Yeah, for
like
sure,
maybe the orientation was already not to be afraid of them, but I feel like there's a little bit of suggestion going on, reinforcing that.
Yeah.
And
well, it's also she's already primed for that, because what she was saying before, or they were saying before going under hypnosis, that like when they recounted the story to Dallas, Demi's sister, and Matthew, that's where they said the hell yes thing. Like they asked me if I wanted to go back, and I said hell, or maybe they were talking to Kesha and recalling it, because I think they shared that story on Kesha's podcast, because Kesha is also obsessed with UFOs.
Yes. It's definitely true that Demi was coming from that place to begin with, but it does just reinforce it and affirm it.
Exactly.
Yes, and there's
I feel like every expert in this is there to
be
affirm
like
their
a handler, basically.
basically.
And so then after that, the aliens take Demi to their planet. That is the aliens' planet. And I'm running into some of these grammatical problems that people always complain about, like with this type of thing. But, we're pushing through it. We don't affirm any of those problems. They're not significant enough to deny someone their identity. So the aliens bring Demi to the aliens' planet, which Demi describes as having pink and purple clouds, like kind of like a Lisa Frank planet, and they just smile very widely at the memory of the alien planet.
That's great.
And it's like, I have no idea what planet would be purple. I guess is that a thing? What is the atmosphere? I feel like an astro.
Depending on the gases in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I feel like there must be some kind of astro person who could determine what gases are predominant in the atmosphere based on the pink and purple coloration to determine what atmosphere the aliens breathe. Because it seems, but
also even the Earth during sunset can have like a purpley hue. If
I
you
guess
look at
that's
Saturn's moon Titan, it has this kind of orangish, rust-colored, like yellowish atmosphere that is. I forget what the dominant gases are in the atmosphere, but it's very
planet
thick
right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Getting a bunch of CGI wallpapers here.
It's possible. But it does sound. They were very excited. Demi was very excited about this, and that is kind of the pattern of the entire show. No matter what anybody says to them, and sometimes they get told some really far out shit. They basically just like their general reaction is just a soy face, right?
Yes, they it's odd. I feel like maybe women. I don't know if women can soy face.
That's true.
Isn't soy facing kind of about being a man who loves Marvel and just drinks too much soy and is soy facing over his new Nintendo Switch.
Even a gay man soy facing doesn't feel
it doesn't
because right.
The whole point of the soy polemic is that it's to emasculate people, so you can't really emasculate. I mean, I guess,
but if you're non-binary,
I don't know. Well, anyway, so but they definitely just fling their mouths open a lot at everything.
They do look like that meme of just the huge
they're
jaw.
Always. Just unhinging their jaws, at whatever is said to them, no matter what. Even if it's just a suggestion with no evidence at all, the gang will just be oh my God, they've just seen an alien body or something, just because someone said,
they've seen the proof, the documents.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's right in episode 1, somebody is saying, I have had multiple hybrid gray children. And they do use the word gray. Multiple people do in this
Oh,
series.
yeah. Yeah.
They speak with a very straight face about how they were impregnated in experiments.
Something we'll learn later on, not in this episode, but later it becomes a point that the Greys have a sense of humor. You wouldn't think
they're very
that.
funny.
They're actually
very
quite funny. Yeah, they actually tell
cute,
jokes.
And,
Yeah.
that's the Zeta Reticulans. That's where the Greys come from.
Yeah,
So it's very classic
Zeta Reticulans,
ufology.
yes.
But that actually does. That's one of the few contradictions I feel like with Stephen Greer's kind of UFO worldview, because doesn't he always say that alien abductions are real, but like they're the government doing it, not aliens, right?
Well, maybe the bad ones.
Okay,
maybe
the bad
he
ones,
thinks the good ones are. Well, I think like we were saying a little bit before we started recording, I feel like what Stephen Greer says and what Stephen Greer thinks, or what he says to one audience and what he says to his deeper acolytes, must be different. Because like even as you see in this show, like some of the personalities, I think in particular one who pops up later on in the 4th episode, Elizabeth April, is someone who like the impression that you get of her from that episode, like once you follow up on this person or even any of these topics, like you're in a very different world right away, which is something that's so weird about this show. Like if you're like a Demi fan and you're like, oh, let me look up this person who was hanging out with Demi, you know, and like all of a sudden
mainstreaming some very wild shit.
Yeah, for sure.
In other contexts would, especially in today's moment where I feel like the mainstream like media is very like QAnon phobic and like unfounded conspiracy theory phobic. They are platforming some of these personalities on the show.
Yeah, if you were
gonna apply
on NBC,
like kind of,
a network TV show with like a huge mega celebrity, they're putting on people who like literally have YouTube videos about how the vaccine will turn you like has reptoid you know materials in it, or like will make you into a reptoid or as part of a reptoid plan.
I don't know. Did she literally say it had reptoid ingredients in it?
Exactly. Not that it had reptoid ingredients in it, but yeah, like the reptoids had a hand in it, and that it's bad and it's evil, but you can overcome it. You know, you shouldn't like be ruled by fear because you're a vibrational being, and which I think is a good point, because I always I always get triggered when these people say like, you know, the vaccine will take your soul away, the vaccine will like destroy God inside of you. And I actually kind of agree with Elizabeth April in this case, which is that like, you know, basically when she talks about the source energy or whatever, she's kind of talking about God in a way. And I mean, I agree that like, you know, your vibration insofar as like that is God, like your connection to God, like that can't be destroyed by anything physical, like a vaccine, even if reptoids created it.
But like, let's also be real. Like, that's a shit coat. Like anybody, I don't know.
Well,
like,
but I mean, I'm not saying that like, you know, they shouldn't. Like, I'm not saying I mean, I guess I am saying they shouldn't platform her, but they platform her. Like, I don't think that they don't know that. Like, I think that I don't know. That's my thing. Like, it
seems like there's a bit of an exception being made for what in other contexts would be absolutely like bannable offenses of talking about things, but some of these people are able to kind of delicately just like sidestep it by, you know, talking about, you know, they know the keywords that would get them banned, and they like are smart enough to like avoid them and stuff. And
I mean, if there's just like a little bit of due diligence, I feel like they would be able to. Like, it didn't take too long to like, if you just look at her YouTube channel and see this stuff all the time, I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's like a level of deliberateness like to this, you know, I think. And
like mainstreaming,
you know,
somebody who like posts like paintings of like a bunch of grays introducing a hybrid child to like her human mother and like everyone hugging.
Yeah.
Like that kind of
and
thing.
I think that I don't know, I feel like some of the new age stuff is like encouraged. She wouldn't maybe even be an example of how some of the like there's a shitcoat element maybe to like some of the anti-vax stuff, or the anti-vax stuff is encouraged in some ways. Certain aspects of it, like kind of the Michael Flynn dimension of it, I feel like has a psyop component to it. Like, you know, I don't even think she would necessarily be an example of that, because she's not really. I mean, she is like anti-vax insofar as she thinks it's reptilian, but she also doesn't think it matters if you get it or not, because you can always overcome it with your vibrational energy. So that's really not.
Exactly. And if you pay her money, she can actually do light work on you to remove the negative effects of the vaccine.
For sure.
And
she definitely can.
Release you from them.
Which is key.
So, but anyways, that's more episode 4.
That's episode 4, which is a key episode. But yeah, in terms of episode 1. after Demi goes to the purple and pink planet, the hypnotist says something like, do you and this is kind of where she talks about the light doctors, and she asks Demi, ask if there's a name that you should call the ETs, and Demi comes up with light doctors. And she says, ask if this is the first step of a larger plan, which is like just a ridiculous thing like to ask. I feel like that is a very leading. Yeah, exactly. And of course the answer is yes, that it is. And this whole thing, as we'll see, like the main arc of the whole show is basically setting it up that Demi is like a chosen conduit to put us into contact with the ETs.
Which it seems to be true in some kind of
It's definitely
extent.
true, yeah.
But also maybe there's more sus layers to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not that... If whoever chose, I mean, I don't know if the light beings chose them, but certainly the
Somebody
light
chose
being
her.
fans chose them. Yes. So anyway, then so that's episode 1. That's like where we kind of end up there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we're in the room, because, they don't like men,
She doesn't like men, and I get it.
Do you want us to maybe do a little experiment and step in another room while you take over?
Sure. Did you not want to say anything else because the boys were in here? I think... Ooh, I get that a lot. Okay. She has trauma.
She does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How do you know?
And that's why she doesn't like men.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah.
Totally. We're going to stay over here and let you have a conversation with Demi.
I have trauma too. So I feel you, and I get it. Do you like to sing, Carmen?
Oh. You should sing something for her, Demi.
No.
Why not? Maybe if you sing a song as an offering, we could come back in the room.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If I sing you a song, can my friends come back in the room?
There you go.
Cool,
There you go.
Cool. Well, I always sing Skyscraper when I feel
Sure.
like singing something emotional for people. Do you have to make me feel like there's nothing left of me? You can take everything I have. You can break everything I am. Like I'm made of glass. Like I'm made of paper. Go on and try to tear me down. I will be rising from the ground like a skyscraper.
There you go. Standing ovation.
I think that's the okay for us to come in, yes.
That's so cool. That's the coolest. That's the coolest standing ovation I've ever had.
For access to the full-length episode, subscribe to the Hour of Frequency at patreon.com/subliminaljihad.